dust. So when this body fails to mend, and all my demons, they come crashing in, will I start to begin? Oh,
what is up, YouTube? So today we're gonna do a few exchanges between parts on this Chevy truck in order to pass smog. So first of all, what you want to do is change out your air filter. So we're gonna get a new one of these. Get a new air filter, swap out the oil, new wires for the spark plugs, new spark plugs, and install all that so that way your engine's running fresh when you get it smogged. So let's get to it. Let's take some of this stuff off. If you buy from Kragen or AutoZone, you get these wires. They're lifetime warranty, so take them back and get some new ones. So let's get it exchanged out and then put together so that way we could pass smog. Okay, so first things first, you want to remove your air filter and the air filter housing in order to get to your distributor cap. And the reason why we want to get to the distributor cap is so we could take off all the wires. Make sure you take a picture of the routing from the distributor cap to the spark plugs, so that way you know which one goes where. So after taking off the air filter, it looks pretty clean. I'm just gonna blow it out and reuse this. I think I replaced it the last time I did my oil. I usually replace this every time I go to get it smogged, but I believe I did this a little bit later than expected, and I think it was because the last one was dirty and you got all kinds of dirt in it, and so instead of blowing it out, just buy a new one. So if yours is looking a little dirty, don't blow it out, just get a new one. And then also, since this is throttle body injected, what I'm gonna do is buy some CARB cleaner, clean out all the inside to get all the dirt out. Okay, so for the Chevy trucks, from the driver's side perspective, in the front, from front to rear, it's 1357, and then from the passenger side, from the front to rear, it's 2468. But depending on your vehicle will depend on how it's numbered. So what I'm going to do is take this silver Sharpie, and after I take the pictures, I'm going to start marking on the distributor cap the odd ones and the even number cylinders, so that way I could just know to go from here to there and jumper them all together. Okay, so one way to save you time is take the distributor cap back there and draw it out on your piece of paper, label it front, label your cylinders, and as you take them off, just mark down in the area that that wire was attached to. So for instance, cylinder 1 goes right here to this pole on the distributor cap. Cylinder 3 goes to this pole on the distributor cap, and so forth. And then you don't even have to worry about marking on your distributor cap or marking on your wires, or you have a little template to go by, and basically that relates to that, just like that. So if you want to take off the distributor cap, you have to look back here. There's a little Phillips screw, and then on the opposite side right here, so in this area and this area, take it off, and you could take off your rotor inside, and then once you get that off, you could blow it out, all the dust inside your distributor cap, so you get a more positive spark in your cylinders.
With them. Tell
So we installed the cap and rotor back in the same way we took it off. Make sure your rotor sits down far enough, and then remember the paper that we made for the distributor cap. So this is the order that we took off the plugs. So what we want to do now at this time is get our plugs here. So we have all our plugs, and reinsert them back onto the cap, and let them free hang, replace the spark plugs, and then connect them to the spark plug wires. Don't forget to use your silicone dielectric compound grease, and this will prevent any corrosion and stuff inside your terminals. So make sure you insert that into there. If you can, buy an extra tube of it. Comes in a tube size container, and then you'll put it in there. You could put it on top of those if you don't want to stick it in there, and then pop those on and it'll do the same thing. So let's get these installed and let them free hang, and then you get your little clips and organize them the way you want them, so that way they don't touch the exhaust manifold. Okay, so one thing is the ones that are closer to the engine bay, the back in there, it's kind of hard to reach. So what you want is either a longer ratchet, or you could take a pipe like that, put it over it, and break it loose like that. And the reason for that is you want to be careful. You have all these tabs sticking up, and like the ones for the heat shield and stuff are really sharp on the corners, and then you have the studs for the exhaust sticking out where the alternators mount it, and all that stuff is knuckle busters. So keep clear of that, so that way you don't tear up your hand.
They come crashing in. Will we start to begin, or will we fade away with them?
And then kill the vehicle so that way your oil doesn't heat up, and swap out the oil. Just swap out the oil the same way that the previous video that I have posted shows, and I'll link down how to replace the oil in the description below on how I replaced it last time. So as you can see, the FRAM and the STP filter. This one has a lot finer metal mesh, and the FRAM has a lot coarser, so it's spaced out a little bit more. This one will kind of filter out more of the smaller contaminants, and this one's made more for the larger contaminants. But the actual filter media inside, this one seems to have a lot closer than the FRAM as well. So I believe this one's a better filter overall. If this video was helpful for you, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you want to see content like this and other content I have on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, thanks for watching.